particular thing? How did that particular thing spark anger inside of me? And how may I handle it better in the future? Intuitively page flipping. What's the opposite of arguing? Let's tune into this. It's hard to avoid arguing. You can't move to another table because there aren't any empty seats. You can't change seats with anybody because nobody wants to sit next to Uncle Argument. So you have to sit next to him unless you skip the meal. You don't want to do that because that's usually the part you enjoy the most, and going without food gives you a stomachache as well. How can you sit with Uncle Argument for the entire meal without arguing? What would your options be? It's Thanksgiving dinners, family get-togethers are coming up. The opposite of arguing. How about this? You cannot humor him. You can agree with everything he says, true or untrue, brilliant or ridiculous, whatever. Yes, Uncle Argument. However, how very true, so wise from your mouth to God's ears. Do you have any doubt that if you agree with everything he says, this man who loves arguing more than anything else will find someone else to argue with? Do you give anything up by humoring him? Would this be a reasonable way of responding to persistent invitation to argue? Yesterday I was talking to someone about something, and it involved the way that this person, I called them an instigator. However, looking further into it, a trait of narcissism is to, I'm thinking about the protagonist, provoke, to see something that bothers someone, then purposely do it to get a response, a big response out of them, to prestige. Patronize. Someone who patronizes someone. It's not quite that. It is that, but the word I'm looking for is this. Okay, what's a good relationship with worry? Let's suppose you're going to a family event. Maybe it's a wedding, a graduation party, a bar mitzvah, or a 50th annual anniversary party. Ooh. You're looking forward to it and you want to enjoy it. Unfortunately, you misplaced the invitation for a while. You were the last person to send in your RSV, and so you're seated next to Uncle Argument at the banquet table. Unavoidable sometimes, right? That's pretty much his entire conversation style. If you're a Democrat, he's a Republican. If you think American football is the greatest, he picks soccer. If you think breakfast is the most important meal, he'll say it's dinner, and so on. The man loves to just argue, to just be in disagreement. And you'll be seated next to him at dinner. You don't want to argue. You don't